Okay, this is Will Your Werewolf, and today I'm looking at a set of pictures that are confused with being a werewolf or some other creature. This man here is called Billy Specs, and apparently he shot this thing behind his house in Elkins, West Virginia. I don't have a date, but apparently he did it. And some people have been a bit confused about what this creature is, so I'm going to try and have a work out what it is today, because I don't think it's a werewolf, even in its wolf form. I mean, its head's very short for a wolf. I mean, it might just be the fact of the angle of the head and stuff. The ears are quite small. Some have said it's a cross between a hyena and a wolf. We kind of know that genetically can't happen naturally. Hyena comes from like the cat family, while wolves come from the dog family. Let's just make it as simple as that. And their DNA will not work together to even produce sterile offspring, never mind a hyena wolf that could reproduce. So I'm going to try and work out what this thing is. As I said, I don't think it's a werewolf. Might be. Be great to get your input, but let's see what we think. So here we have let's call it the hyena wolf for now, being held up by Mr. Specs. Again, we see the short face and short muzzle on it. The ears do seem a little bit longer and more wolf-like from this angle. We've got a lot of hair like around the back of the head, which is hyenas tend to have a clean sort of muzzle and pate. They think it's an evolutionary adaptation to stop blood gathering there and flies and stuff like that. And then they have a kind of mane behind the back of the head. A little bit thicker in the limbs, and this strange colouring for a wolf. So a little bit more evidence as to maybe what it is. Not quite sure. Here we have the head of the creature. This head looks very much different than the other pictures, but maybe it's just perspective point. Looks even smaller. I hope it is the same creature. Defined canines, defined carnassials. We have a gum line inside there. I think this is a real creature. Okay, this is definitely not. I mean, there are great puppeteers and builders of things out there, but we're looking at something that I think is alive. And for some reason he's stuffing his hand in its mouth. No idea why he's doing that. Maybe it's some idea of getting the perspective and the size of the creature, but it just seems a little bit not correct to me. And here we have its paw, in comparison to the size of a human hand. It's quite large, but we know that wolves have large paws. They've evolved to run over snow surfaces and run over unstable surfaces, so the bigger the paw, the better for that. So I don't know really what additional information this gives us, to be honest, but it's just more information. So next, I won't bore you too much, but I went and did quite a lot of reading around and looking at pictures and images and all these kind of things, and looked at what different types of wolves we have in the world at the moment and tried to compare the creature to that. Now, looking at these, there's not very much that really compares with that creature. I went and looked at more images of each one of these and compared it to the different creatures. I first thought it was a Mackenzie river wolf. It's really not. When you look in detail, this is a very different looking creature. The closest I actually got, really strangely, was the Italian wolf. I think it's really cool that they've got an Italian wolf, but when I found some images of that seemed to follow its shape more than anything else. When I first saw this image, compared to the other Italian wolves, I thought that they'd accidentally taken the picture of an African hunting dog, but then when you back Google and do all those kind of things, you find out that actually no, this is an Italian wolf, and we can see it's got a much shorter muzzle than we're used to, and the ears are smaller. The shape of the face is very much different, but the colouring of wolves changes. I mean, within the pack itself, so you don't really know what we're looking at colour-wise in a wolf, but this seems to fit the bill. So I thought it might be an Italian wolf, but they don't get very big, and I don't actually think it is. And the more pictures of the Italian wolves I looked at, it didn't really fit. So it might be an Italian wolf, but I'm not sure. And what would that be doing in America for a start? Why would it be visiting West Virginia? I'm not sure. So then I thought I'd compare it to some more wolf-like animals from around the world. As you can see, there's nothing really comparable here. I mean, this little fellow, but he's tiny. This is the African hunting dog that I thought the other image was confused with. That's actually not the case. But yeah, we've got a number of foxes and stuff around, but that's a coyote, but not anything really that looks anything like the wolfy creature that we've just seen. So then we came across this creature. Apparently a Native American legend makes mention of this wolf-like hyena kind of mix. However the Native Americans knew about hyenas, I don't know, but yeah, they talk about this creature here. This is our usual kind of grey wolf, and here we have what the I'm going to try my best here, but I do apologise to anyone who actually knows how to say this. The Shunka Warakin. I did my best. This was some kind of wolf hyena-like species from back in the day. They think it went extinct. It did exist, and some people think this might be the culprit of livestock being terrorised in Montana up till quite recently. They also called it the ringdocus. They haven't been seen for years and years and years. Everyone thought they didn't exist anymore. They've gone extinct. But the most recent one that you can find is that, well, you can't see it anymore, but one was killed and displayed in an Idaho museum in the 1880s. And yeah, so this looks very much like it. So it'd be interesting to find out what you think. I mean, I really can't find much more information about this gentleman. If you can find more information and pass it my way, that would be wonderful. I'd like to know more about this. I don't think this is a werewolf. It's definitely not a dogman. I don't think it's a wolf. It's structurally different than a wolf. There are the idea that it's a hyena and wolf cross. I don't think that can happen. I think the DNA wouldn't allow that to happen. We've got hyenas from cats. We've got wolves from dogs. The DNA won't let a baby work. That's putting it in the most basic terms. And then I came across this guy who is a blast from the past, this ringdocus wolf that was around in Montana. And I look at the head and it's something similar. I mean, there is a chance it's a dog hybrid with a wolf, but this looks too supportive for the two. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you think. I hope the sound levels are better on this video. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Love you all, and let's go and find one of these werewolves.